If you're in the real estate business or you're a real estate agent and you're looking for better ways to market yourself online and a little bit curious about video marketing, I definitely think you should check out this video. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to share with you guys, so stay tuned and I'll see you there. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It's Dush from SBP Creative Media. And what I wanted to talk to you about today was real estate video marketing. So I've been talking to a couple of my real estate agent friends, and some of the challenges that they've been having seems to be across the board in the real estate industry when it comes to understanding what you should be doing, what topics to cover and everything like that. So what I thought I'd do is make a big list on everything that I believe you guys should understand, and then make a video basically covering all the topics so that hopefully you can be a bit more enlightened on the world of video marketing and what you could potentially be doing as a real estate business. So there's three key areas that I wanted to cover. The first is why you should consider video marketing. There's a couple of statistics and things like that around why you should be considering it. The second is how you should go about selecting topics to make videos about. I feel like in a lot of industries, people are understanding that video marketing is important, digital content and everything like that's very important, but they're having challenges around what they should make their content around. So I thought I'd break that down for you a little bit more. And finally, what action you should be taking when it comes to owning a business, and what you should basically be doing immediately so that you can be a part of this whole video marketing, content marketing, digital marketing movement that's happening right now. So why should you be using video? Well, 85% of all online traffic is going to be video by 2019. It's already moving close to those numbers right now. And what this means is not everyone's out there looking for real estate and real estate videos and everything like that. But what it means is that a lot more people are looking for video to be the solution to what they're looking for when it comes to searching online. Think of it like this. The last time you went to buy a product or you were looking for a service, there's a very good chance that you searched on Google for this service or something related to the service. And what happened was you came across some websites, maybe you came across some videos, but ultimately you came across some sort of content that was either giving you some more information about the product, it gave you a review about this product or service, maybe it was an unboxing video, or it was an expert speaking on the topic. But what was happening was you had a problem, you were searching for a solution, and then you came across a whole bunch of content that some might have been valuable, some might not have been as valuable, but you were consuming information, and there's another good chance that you also came across a brand in that process as well. So that's kind of the fundamental thing that people are doing now, is they're going to Google to look for solutions, and your goal should be to have content as the solution when people are looking for problems, in this case on the topic of real estate. The other ultimate goal that you should have is to be a thought leader within your industry. Doesn't mean that you have to be the best ever real estate company in the world and positioning yourself like that, but what it means is that you could be doing things like focusing in on your niche area and your local area and become a thought leader in that space. So for example, it could be becoming a very well-known expert when it comes to residential property in the west of Melbourne, and having a very good presence online with blogs, videos, and things along the lines of that. Should be an ultimate goal for you as well. Why you should aim to be a father figure or a thought leader is that whoever is able to position themselves as a thought leader doesn't always mean that they're the ultimate expert in it. It just means that they're making content about the topic, means that they're going to be looked at as a go-to solution for when people have problems. So your goal should be to be in amongst this crowd of thought leaders and position yourself as a person that people can go to when they have these challenges or these unknown areas. The next topic that I wanted to explore was how to select topics when it comes to video marketing. So a lot of businesses, they decide that video is very important. They're seeing all the impact it's making on YouTube and everything like that. And what they think they first must do is make this awesome corporate video about their business, or just start making all these very professional, very thought out high-end videos for their business. But the reality of it is that that's not the case. That's not what you need to be doing to make impact. It might mean that you're making great videos that you and your staff can have a look at and really feel proud of yourself, but you really should think a little bit deeper on what topics you're selecting to make videos about, because it's these topics that will have impact on your business in a positive way. So the first way to look at it is, what questions do your clients or your customers have? Because there's a good chance that all these topics that you need to be covering in video marketing for your business, you're already covering, just not in the way that you thought you were. So whenever you're having a sales meeting, or you've got an inbound phone call, or someone's got an email with some questions about a product or service that you have, there's a very good chance that you're responding to them, and you're giving them a lot of information on things like, oh, how much does this cost, or what happens if this doesn't work in this way, or what should I do about this? There's a whole bunch of questions that people are having, and there's a good chance that you and your staff are already answering a lot of these questions. So what video marketing should be is an extension of all these efforts that you have, and ultimately it should also be a chance to automate some of these questions and answers that you need to be providing. So like making one video on a certain topic means that you might not always have to repeat yourself and have staff picking up phones to answer these questions if you've got a good video covering the topic. And on the other side, these are all the questions that people are having about your products and services. So if you've got videos that are covering these topics and promoting them well online, or distributing them well online, there's a good chance that people will come across these videos and see your solutions or your expertise on what they should be doing for their problems. So think from their perspective, think of what questions they have, and then start answering these questions. I've got a couple of ideas that I've written down. It took me like 5 minutes, and I'm sure if you were to explore this with your team, you'd come across a ton. But in this case, if you were a seller of a property, so I'm looking at myself as a customer of real estate, or a potential customer, and I'm looking to sell my house. Well, there's a good chance that what I'd first be doing when I'm getting ready to sell my house is understand the value of the property, and understand maybe, what I should be doing to increase the value of the property. And very likely I'll be looking for home improvement ideas to improve the value of my property. So imagine you as a real estate agent, you could create videos specifically for people in the West that want to improve their home to prepare it for sale. So making a bunch of videos that cover these topics and distributing it in the local area means that you're already starting to position yourself as an expert. Explaining the process could be another thing. I know that a lot of people, when it comes to the legal side of things, or when it comes to the financial side of things, they have no clue on what they should be doing. So creating videos about the process for selling a house is also good. And ultimately you could make a video that covers each kind of subtopic, like the finances, the legal side, and so on. And you could have a video a week going out for a month that ultimately explains the whole process. Just a couple more ones. For a buyer, a very good one. This isn't so much thought leader. This is more down the advertising kind of work of marketing, is walkthrough videos. So you could make a video that, it could simply be a smartphone video where you're just walking through a house. It's recommended that, you use a professional for something like this, because you want it to look nice and pretty. Again, explaining the process, how to get loans. For tenants, you could do walkthrough videos again. And then, same thing for investors. You could explore things like the property market, rental yields in the local area, and so on. So these are just a couple of ideas. I'm sure if you were to explore this yourself, you'd come across a lot more. Another couple of ideas that I thought I'd just quickly share with you guys is interviewing experts in the local area. So this is more targeted at people that want to either invest or buy in the local area. And what you could be doing is interviewing principals of the local schools, the mortgage brokers in the local area, or even community leaders, like priests and monks and things like that, just so that people are getting a very good understanding of the local area and seeing the value of potentially moving there or investing in there. So really dig deep into this, sit down with your team, explore the topics, and make a big list, I guess, of what you could potentially be making videos about. And it should be in line with the questions that people are typically having. I guess the thing to remember is you really need to be making valuable content for the people. It needs to be the most valuable content that they'll come across. So think about it from like when we first, when reality TV was first kind of picking up. We loved that because we were getting an exclusive inside scoop into how something was done, or a behind the scenes experience, I guess. And what we were seeing was a ton of value for us that no one else was maybe getting. And that's the feeling, I guess, that we need to go and try create with our content, is for people to get exclusive, extremely valuable content when it comes to the real estate topics, and then you distributing these videos and this content so that they are coming across it. Finally, what I wanted to explore is what action you should be taking as a real estate agent when it comes to deciding to use video marketing, content marketing, and so on. And I guess the number one thing is you must have a plan. A lot of people go into things without having a plan, and I think this is probably the place where they kind of mess up a bit. Is there is so many levels that you could be doing video marketing at, and there is so many areas that you could focus in on. And if you were to go into this without a plan, it's very likely that you could spend a lot of money and not have any impact, or you could spend a lot of time and resources and still have no impact. So having a plan is a very important thing, and a basic one is just create a timeline or a schedule for you for the next 3 months and stick to it. So even something simple like I'm gonna make a video a week using my smartphone, and I'm just simply gonna give a local area property update, and doing that weekly for a couple of months and seeing the results you're getting, and then maybe adding on a bit more to it or taking away, whatever it is. Having a plan like that will really help you. And what the goal should be is have a plan and either scale up or down, hopefully be scaling up because it's really working for you, and you're seeing some potential growth for your business. The next, I guess, area in what you should be doing is deciding if you should work with professionals or work with your team and keep it to almost a DIY type of a method, I guess. And this will have a lot to do with your budget. It would also have to have a lot to do with your resources and what you're capable of doing as a business. But there's something that I wanted to really quickly point out. Through experience, I've realized that working with experts and spending money while I focus on what I'm really good at and I focus on bringing in more money is actually one of the most efficient ways for me to conduct our business. So I guess the advice for you guys is explore the DIY solutions, but there's a good chance that you're going to spend a lot of time and maybe not get the same results and not be able to, bring as much value by yourself as you could with an expert around that's helping you do some of these videos and things like that. And it doesn't mean that you have to go and find the biggest, most expensive video production company or anything like that. It might just mean that you're going to bring in a freelance video producer that's, $60, $70 an hour, maybe $100 an hour, and you're working with them to create some videos. Something along the lines of that. There's also a bunch of companies out there that you could be working with. So explore the area, see what's in your budget, and try to work with experts where you can, where it's affordable, and then try substitute a little bit with DIY. If you were to explore the DIY kind of solution to this, I guess there's 3 areas that you need to be focusing on. It's pre-production, production, and post-production. I'll actually make a webinar that explores all of this in a little bit more detail. Also, I'll put in a kind of a planning calendar down in the description of this video so you can download and kind of play around with that and hopefully help you plan for your video marketing journey. But pre-production, production, and post-production are the 3 key areas of producing videos or producing a lot of digital content these days. And what what you need to understand is in pre-production, it's all about planning. Production is all about the filming and creation process, and post-production is the editing process. So in pre-production, if you were to film with your smartphone, a basic way that you could plan out is obviously having the topic ready to go and everything like that. Then making a quick plan, even if it's just a couple of dot points on, okay, I'm gonna go to this place in this house, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about that, and then I'm gonna go to the next place, then I'm gonna go to the laundry, and then I'm gonna go into the backyard, and then wrap the video up. Having a simple plan like this will go a long way. Production is all about the actual filming process. I guess if you're sticking to a DIY solution, you won't have a whole bunch of tools and resources to pull from. You'll probably just have just the smartphone kind of solution, or maybe a DSLR or something like that. And you'll be kind of limited to just doing it that one way. If you're working with a bigger team in production, there's so many things like gimbals and drones and a whole bunch of tools like that that you could be having access to. And finally, post-production. This is all about editing the videos, bringing music in, bringing the graphics and titles and things like that in. And what you really need to be aiming for here is just polishing your content up and making it all look nice, making it fit into like something under the 2 or 3 minute mark for consumers, or 30-40 minute mark if it's someone that you're providing a ton of expertise to. But the idea here is to polish it all up, and if you've got an editor that you can have in-house and do a whole bunch of amazing work with, I guess you're the lucky ones, and you should really experiment with that and I guess go on to make a whole bunch of impact. But if you're not one of those lucky type people, what you could focus on is outsourcing this post-production area to a place like Fiverr or Upwork. They're basically these freelance platforms. I'll put in some links in the description so you can explore. And basically for like under $20, you could give someone a brief on what you want, give them all the content, give them some music and perhaps your logo and things like that. And they'll be able to polish a video up and give you a final product for like $20 odd or something like that. So explore that method. It's really, really a good thing. Finally, what I wanted to explore was distribution. I guess the goal of distribution is you want to get your content in front of people that's going to take some sort of action. And there's two paths that you can go down when it comes to distribution. One is organic distribution, and then the second is kind of more with an ad spend and spending to get your content in front of viewers. And you could take both paths, and usually what businesses do is they have a mix of both. So organic means that you could explore channels that you already have, your Facebook profile as an individual, your business Facebook profile, Twitter, Instagram, all those places, YouTube. They are all channels, and if you've got a bunch of followers that tune into these, it's really good to kind of leverage these areas. With paid advertising, it's a little bit different, where you could target some of your audiences. So for example, if you were to look at Facebook Business Manager, it's a platform made for advertising on Facebook. And what you can do is basically you can create an audience based on age, demographic, local areas. There's a whole bunch of things that you can focus in on, and basically you can target people in a certain area and get your content in front of those people. This does cost, somewhere like $1 an impression or something along the lines of that. So you do have to have a bit of money, like, $50, $60 odd dollars behind a video could get you some results. But just understand that one is organic, the other is ad spend, and what you should ultimately be doing is making a decision on, all right, cool, I can use these videos for organic kind of traffic, and then I can use these other videos for driving traffic from advertising, and then kind of get them to become organic traffic in the future. There's a whole bunch of things that you could be doing when it comes to distribution, and I guess working with an expert, if you're not completely familiar, is the best thing to be doing. Organic traffic can really help you get to a certain place, and then advertising is really where the next big impact could really be made. So just to cover the topics again, number one, why should you be using video? And the ultimate reason is that a lot of people are moving towards consuming video, and your goal should be to come across it when people are searching for content and everything like that, and have some of your videos mixed in with this movement of video marketing and everything like that. Second is how you should go around selecting topics, and this is all about just thinking from your customers' perspectives, knowing what type of challenges they are having, and then basically giving your version of a solution for them using content. And finally, what you should be doing, and what you should be doing is having a plan, and then choosing if you should be working with a pro or DIY, and then just executing really hard, testing, seeing what works, experimenting with the distribution, and then really seeing what works for you and scaling up. So I hope that covered a bit of the unknowns for you guys. I really hope that was helpful. I'll put in a couple of links in the descriptions on some of the things that we spoke about. I'll put in a marketing calendar or a marketing planning calendar planning tool in the description. But also what I wanted to remind you is that I'm going to be doing a webinar on DIY video production for real estate. So if you want to sign up for that, I really think that would be valuable to you. But in the meantime, I hope you have an awesome day. I hope that this is really valuable. And until next time, we'll stay in touch. Take care.